Okay, welcome to the October 21st Selectmen's Meeting. We'll start with the flag salute. Look for a motion to approve the October 6 meeting minutes there. Get that right.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Motion to accept the warrants.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, I gotta, it's become commonplace to go through the bills and find past due amounts. We've just kind of accepted that's the way we operate, but I think this week seeing a disconnection notice for electricity was kind of over the top. So,
Yeah, you know what that was for?
yeah, the salt shed,
Yeah. So isn't that supposed to be somebody else paying that?
we pay the bill. We've always paid the bill. I mean,
You reimbursed for it.
so do you just don't pay it? Because, I know that we didn't have a plow contractor for that month, supposedly, but that doesn't mean you just don't pay the bill and get a it's the first time I've ever seen the town get a disconnection notice, that's all I'm saying, so. And I don't even know if the consolidated bill, last month apparently we paid $10,000. I don't even know that anybody knows where that bill is. I know that they messed it up, and it was a severe problem for a long time. But
Julie's been dealing with it.
last month she paid $9,700 according to her notes. What was that for? Was that $9,700 for, just because that's what because they got it from 90,000 to 9,700? Did we just accept it? The bill was $90,000 at one point, because they clearly screwed something up, but, and then it was coded incorrectly for it showed the Bricktown Hall having a $326 phone bill, and there's not even phones up there as far as I know, so it's just discouraging.
Okay. No.
I think that was
Is there a phone service up there for the alarm system? Isn't there some type of monitoring?
there's probably a phone
That's
line.
probably-
Phone
Yeah, I
line,
wonder
but
if
there's
that's
no
it.
It
phone
shouldn't-
itself.
Shouldn't be $326.
Okay. All right, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. I'll read the announcements. The town clerk and tax collector will close on Fridays at noon for the remainder of the year. The select board will meet next on Monday, October 27th at 7 p.m. The budget committee will meet on Thursday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. The planning board will meet on Wednesday, November 5th at 7 p.m. And the select board is looking for members to join a comprehensive committee. If interested, please contact Alicia at 793-4475 or selectboardadmin@limerickme.org. And the select board will hold a public hearing at the fire station on Monday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. for the property of 3 Division Road. The public is urged to attend. The November vote will be on Tuesday, November 4th from 8 to 8 p.m. at the Municipal Building in the Media Room. And there will be a flu clinic on Tuesday, November 18th here at the Municipal Building in the Media Room for 10 to 3 p.m. with a lunch break from 12 to 1 p.m. The forms are available at the Municipal Building ahead of time and on the town website. Excuse me. As part of the hearing, a citizen's policy, no personal attacks on any individual or firm, including town employees, town officials, or members of the public, will be tolerated during any meetings, and please direct concerns about individual employees or town officials to the chairman of the Board of Select Persons outside the public meeting. Please stay current with town information by visiting www.limerickme.org. And also, the Revitalization Committee will meet on Thursday at 6 p.m. in the community room at the municipal building. Okay. All right, department reports. Ricky's not here. Joanne Andrews, Transfer Station.
This is the September report. Fees collected for the month of September, $8,752.34. And the amount to date for the year is $58,275.60. We shipped 15 loads with Triano in the month of September. We shipped 15.87 tons of burnable demo. Landfill demo, we shipped 17.49 tons. We get charged now per ton on the landfill demolition. The state has nicely given us a fee of $5 a ton. So that was an additional $80.85 that went to the state of Maine. Single sort recycling, we shipped 10.52 tons. And household waste from the transfer station, 18.7 tons. That was shipped from our compactor down there. And that's way down. We used to do about 30 tons when it was the open tops. And this is down to 18, so that's almost 12 tons difference. Because people were taking advantage of the open top containers. And they were putting all kinds of stuff that they had to pay for in there. And I think we've pretty much stopped that. And a lot of people have stopped coming now because now they're putting it out roadside. So we need to be careful that they're not picking up stuff roadside that they should be paying for. And the OBW and the demo is up considerably because of that. When Howard sees somebody going to put something in there that is supposed to be paid for, he sends them back to the office. And that's working fine. We took a little extra income. We took in $337 more returnable bottles. And that makes for a total of $1,025 for this year. I don't have a total that's in the designated account, but I'll get that. We also sold miscellaneous metal, $390.74. And that's Gary and Cortland going down to the metal pile and pulling out copper, brass, and stuff like that, and we sell that to someone different. And from January to July, they pulled out $509 worth. And August and September, they pulled out $390. So I think the extra person down there is paying off and pretty much helping with his little pay that he gets. My 2026 budgets, I've made them flat, the same as last year. That's both for the solid waste and for the planning board. And I'm asking that somehow the transfer station gets reimbursement for the money that came in from FEMA. And the total was $54,541.74. And FEMA paid 75% of that, and I've gone over this with Alicia. and the transfer station would get $7,785, and the rest of it would go to Ricky for the roads.
So I did give Julie the breakdown again, and she came back with wanting a second clarification from Ray, which we had in email previously, but I resent it to Ray to ask him to do that, so then we can get those transfers made over.
Yeah, and the one that you and I went through is what we got,
Yep.
a total from FEMA,
Yep.
so, okay. And when we do get that reimbursement, where does it go?
Well, you're asking for it back, so where would you like,
I'd like to have it put in the designated account,
in a designated account?
in the designated account for the transfer station, if that's possible.
You mean like the current operating account?
No,
Okay, so where, you
we
say
have a
you're,
designated account. We took it out of the budget. I didn't spend money last year that I was supposed to because we had to pay for the grinding and everything. Can you put that back in a designated account, or does it have to go back into the budget and then go into the general fund? That's what I'm asking.
Fun, wouldn't it?
I think it has to go to the general, I mean, if you spent extra funds above and beyond your budget to do this, and your budget was gonna be overdrawn, then I think the money would have to go back to replace the dollars spent.
No, I just didn't do work that I was supposed to do because of that money. But I just want to know where it goes so I can keep track of it. I want to make sure it goes where it's supposed to go.
It's a reporting error, that's all. It's a reporting error for her. It's in the general fund, as you stated. It's a reporting error when it goes to the treasurer's report. That's what needs to be fixed, unless she can generate 2024 entries before she publishes her treasurer's report. General fund,
I just don't want it to get lost.
so.
And on your proposed budget, are you allowing for this additional fee that the state is charging now?
Yeah. Yep. What I did, I took it out of the grinding. I won't grind. If they're going to flatline it, I'm not grinding this year. I took the $6,000 out of that, and that makes up for the difference in tipping fees and extra costs that have gone up.
Okay. Revitalization Committee. Can't even say it.
Gail Libby Revitalization Committee. CDBG in Augusta is about to send the award letter to Limerick, and they want to know if we will accept $750,000 now and the balance in the spring. So it would be a split award, in effect.
Now, are they expecting work to start in just a minute? that
April,
money-
May is.
So it's not a case of starting tomorrow after we get the money?
No, but we are going to start with engineering as soon as we get this award and get that contract. And all those phone calls have been made this week.
And they have, we just have to accept the money, they just don't send us a check for it.
No, you can do drawdowns.
On it.
Yeah.
So when we do the engineering, we will put in a drawdown. And other than that, there'll be very few drawdowns until we begin construction. There might be some permits, there might be a project manager fee, but it'll be small monies. The engineering fee will, when you see the contract, will stipulate what that is. And that's just pre-design, I think it's pre-construction for bidding purposes. It's not the whole package.
I make a motion, we accept the $750,000 for the CBDG grant right now.
I'll second it.
Okay,
All in favor?
perfect, thank you very much.
Send it
Can I
over.
just ask Gail one question?
Sure, sure.
Because of these, what was the other amount that would be coming in?
It's $100 less than 250,000.
During these uncertain times,
Mhm.
what if that money gets cut off?
Well, we would have to, we can certainly take the bid package and eliminate the section from Watson Hill up to Emery Corner Road. That part could come out, and we can actually have it bid that way, so they're giving separate amounts. It's not a problem. So is that an exact amount? I can't tell you, but it would certainly help cover what you're talking about. And we have some matching fees beyond that $750. So it might be close, it might be a few dollars over, just in case our president decides to pick on Limerick again.
Is that money in a set account right now, or is it coming from?
It's
the-
coming from the U.S. Treasury, I believe, but they have awarded it and they put it in our account. Okay. Can it be pulled back? You could put it in SIS Bank and they can pull it back.
So I know that the thought process for asking for $100 less than a minimum, the
Yes.
million,
$1 million, yeah.
was because of these single source audits.
Right, we won't have to do that again for
Well,
this
you-
particular project.
You will, if the town gets $100 from the federal government from anywhere else, because it's not per project, it's for the town.
Even
So-
ARPA?
Yes.
Oh, well, then we'll do another single.
So,
Maybe I'll
Well,
tell them I want the
well-
$100 then.
well, I know they backed it down because they thought being under a million, and every year that number changes.
Yeah, I don't know.
This year, so if we end up getting $100 anywhere else,
Yeah,
that puts us over the million.
well, we're going to use those ARPA funds.
Well, not the funds we've already received, so that
Oh.
doesn't count.
Oh, if you got more.
If we get any more,
Oh, well,
so-
that's up to you.
I guess, will this money, so, will any of this money come in 2025? Be spent in, you think?
Yes, it's possible that the engineering funds will. We might get a bill for that, but we could say, we're going to pay it in 2026. I don't think they'd care that much.
Well-
Because it's going to be, we might not even get a bill in 2025, because the bids will go out in January probably, and that's when you get the bill.
So I guess before you expend any of that money in 2025,
Yeah?
let's have another conversation
Okay.
so we can see where, I don't know that we've gotten any federal money this year for 2025.
We haven't.
Does
no.
the fire department count for anything that they got, equipment?
But if they did, theirs was nowhere near the amount that would require,
okay.
They got their 1.8 million last year, just like we did.
that all came last year, so.
It all came in 2024.
Yeah, so any small grants or stuff that they got, even if it started at federal, these single source audits are killers and cost a lot of money.
But they're for a project, right? It's not for
No.
these.
It's for the whole entire town. If you, each year, this is according to our old auditor,
Yeah,
that each year the federal government sets that number differently. Some years it's 750,000, some years it's $1 million, some years it's $1.5 million. And depending on where that number falls for the year,
yeah,
they require you to do this single point audit
right.
for all federal monies, not just per project,
Received in that year.
received in that year.
Wow.
So I think we're safe for 2025, but we ought to know for sure before we
Yeah.
expend any federal money.
I'm kind of apprehensive about seeing anything done by the end of the year, only because of what's happening in Washington. Because I
Well-
don't want to get stuck with the town picking up the tab.
Well, we're only going to be able to spend what we
If this
can.
whole thing goes sour on us.
But apparently, this is money that's already approved
It's already
and already
approved.
coming to Maine
and
for
it's-
CBDG.
Right.
And like you said, anything can be pulled back at some point.
Anything can
but
be pulled back right out of our bank.
This isn't new appropriation, this is old money they're sending, or
Yeah,
to some extent. So
yes.
it's the best chance we're gonna get, and I guess we go as far as we can go with,
But if they pull it back, we're gonna get trouble.
well, if they did, I mean, it would be,
We'd have a few senators sitting on the steps of
Oh, yeah,
the White
right,
House.
right.
it would be, I think it would be ugly countrywide if they did that,
Well, yeah.
so.
Okay, all set? Thank you.
Okay, on to new business. Review of legal accounts. I didn't see anything in the books today. We got 2 review of policies, review the select board meeting agenda minutes, and review of policy of exhibit financial reports. So we got that this week. We can look those over. And municipal parking lot paving update. Bernie.
We have a meeting scheduled with Sebago Techniques tomorrow. They gave us a preliminary drawing, and it needs some work. So Howard and I are going into the engineering firm tomorrow to meet with them and see if we can't refine that a little bit. And as soon as we get something that we feel is gonna work for us, then we'll bring it in, let everybody look at it.
Okay. Purchase order policy. Howard.
Yeah, I've reviewed all the comments people have made. I've spoken to the people that have sent me emails and clarified a lot of their concerns. There is only really one thing that I have to change, and actually it was an error on my part. It's just who to ship the product to. And I'll have that done so we can all see it next week, and that should take care of everything.
Okay.
Gail Libby, citizen. Howard, I didn't hear from you. I'm sorry. Did I miss your call? I sent 4 pages.
I don't remember, I'd have to look back and see. I don't believe I got them.
I addressed internal controls. I sent it to all the select board. Segregation of duties. I addressed the 3-way match. I addressed pre-numbered, purchase order forms being pre-numbered with recommendations.
Which will be expensive. I've
No,
already
you
looked-
can use what you have right now and just staple them to your purchase order form. You're not covering capital acquisitions. There's a lot of things that are missing in your procedure, and that it is in the one they presently have. And I've read some of the things. Are you meeting with these people? And they're, all these department heads are now happy
Met with
because they
every
were
one of
very
them that had a
unhappy.
concern.
I'm sorry?
I've met with every one of them that responded to me.
Yeah, but not me.
I gotta look back and see if I got that. I don't believe I did, Gail. So,
You didn't meet with me.
Hmm?
You didn't meet with me
yeah, I was talking to you in your office one day.
concerning this?
Yeah.
Can we meet as a group with you? Would that be possible?
Okay,
Can we
we'll
have
do
a,
it.
can we have a select board workshop to talk about this subject? I've read some of the draft audit report, and they're concerned about internal controls, okay? And in my experience, we're missing some of those, okay? And I think it's very important. So, and are you still planning on centralizing the issuance of a purchase order number?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Treasurer,
with the treasurer,
yes.
with the treasurer. Okay, can we please have a meeting with the select board, a workshop with, and invite the people that responded and go over these so we understand exactly what's going on, okay? There's a process in place right now, okay? And I think we need to collectively hear it and hear the concerns, because I have some serious concerns. So, thank you. Here, I'll give you this.
I'll send it again.
Can we set up a time for a workshop? Or do we want to, or?
Yeah, can we do it some Monday night, like 6 o'clock to 7, or before a meeting, or would that do it?
Come do it with me. I can come during the day, too, whatever you want.
Okay. Anything going on next Monday before the meeting?
I won't be here.
Okay.
I understood there was no filming from the
Okay.
No,
That's-
no,
yeah.
you're thinking of the 3rd, Gail. Next week's the 27th. But you have an executive session at 6. They can't do it before.
Okay. Well, date to be determined, I guess.
Can we try to, let's try to pick one.
Let's try to pick a date.
Let's try to pick one before we get, I mean, it doesn't have to be a Monday. I've just suggested. it.
Any night? Any night's fine.
This thing's been kind of, it's too important to, it's not, it's an important thing we got to get done to keep these controls in place, so. Pick a date, and, I mean, you want to do it on a Tuesday night? I mean, next Tuesday, or? I don't care.
I can do it. I cannot do it next week.
Not next week at all.
I cannot do it, well, I cannot do it the week of voting.
No, so next
Ne-
week
next week's
is the
fine.
27th or the 28th is Monday, Tuesday.
That's fine. I can
So the 28th, they
Let's do
could,
the 28th,
28th, that,
28th?
unless you guys wanted to come in at 5 on the 27th.
no.
Okay.
Do the 28th, you want to do 6 or 7?
6 o'clock sounds good to
6 o'clock on
me.
the 28th.
I'll put it out to department heads.
And if they don't attend, they have no voice after the fact. And if they can't attend, they need to send their concerns.
Well, I think they have all sent them, so.
Well, if they can come and.
Yeah.
So there's no misinterpretation of what everybody's looking for.
Okay.
Okay, Deep Vale update, nothing new unless Gail has an update.
Well,
I think we
she's-
already went over
Yeah, went
that.
over that.
Fire station update on the drain, Bernie.
Yeah, Great Falls is gonna start the modifications to that drain tomorrow. I'm sure it's weather dependent, but met with the owner from the company. There's some cost gonna be incurred in that. We have to determine how we're gonna fund that.
Do we know up front?
Their estimate was $8,700, and they'd like us to pay half of it. It may be less than that because they're not using the contractor they normally do. They're doing it in-house, so.
I think we shouldn't start until we know what's gonna cost us.
Well, they said no more than, I mean, they said it's
I know,
8,700 is the
but
max.
let's have a firm figure here.
It's not gonna exceed the figure they gave us before. The owner of the company wants to get it done. He wants to keep his reputation intact. I think we have to pay part of that. Not happy over that.
Well, but this repair, the way they're gonna do this is gonna alleviate some work that we were responsible for. Extending that culvert down
Correct.
the extra 2/3 way we won't now need to do. So we were gonna spend the cost, that was on us from the beginning.
Yeah, the pipe alone
The
for
pipe
that
alone.
was $2,600.
So we don't have to extend that pipe. So the work they're gonna do is gonna alleviate that cost. So in the end, it's kind of a wash. They wanna keep their relationship good with the town, we wanna keep our relationship good with them. So I make a motion that we expend no more than $4,350 on the repairs to the drainage repairs at the new fire station, and the money come from our contingency account.
Well, do we have the money in the contingency account?
Yeah, we have only spent, unless it's been taken for something else, we've only approved the as far as I know, the $2,500 for the cemetery, and it starts with, we had 15,000. So, all we've taken out of that is 2,500.
We're gonna start this with no plans, no proposal.
They have a plan.
Howard, you sat at the meeting.
They have a plan, they've talked about what they're
I
gonna do.
didn't sit at the meeting, Bernie, to tell what we were gonna be doing. The final plan I have not seen.
You sat at the meeting. You were there, Wade was there, I was there, Vinnie was there, the representative from Great Falls was there. He said what they were gonna do and how they were gonna fix that. And we all agreed that that was gonna be the fix. We didn't know how it was gonna get funded. Even the man from Great Falls didn't know how it was gonna get funded.
He didn't know what it was gonna be, so.
No, he didn't.
They've agreed to fix it. They've agreed to start tomorrow. They're asking us to participate in the cost. We're gonna agree to, my motion gets us at $43.50. After that, we would not approve to give them anything else. That's all they're getting. If it costs them $15,000, they're getting $43.50.
And we're never gonna hear about it again.
What's that?
And we're never gonna hear about it again after that part is done. And Tony can make his connection or whatever he has to do.
We're gonna connect onto his pipe. They're gonna connect onto his pipe and bring it up into that, under that new wall they're
When
putting
we
in there.
started this whole thing, we were gonna bring the pipe out and he was gonna connect to us.
He ran his pipe up to where it is. Look at the change in grade. There's an
I
18
know.
18-inch change in grade. I don't know if their engineering firm missed that when we upped the grade. Remember when the grade was we brought it up, what, a foot, 16 inches anyway? So I don't know if they missed it or not. I don't know if he was able to put his pipe coming up across the field at a lower grade. Did you see a benchmark up there?
No.
Nobody can figure out where the benchmark was. That's where it is.
If, in reality, in this $4 million build of the fire station, we came in a hair under budget on the actual cost. We had a $100,000 contingency that we didn't touch. If we get out of that almost $4 million project with having to find $4,300 to meet an obligation that we agreed 2 years ago, I think that's small money to spend to get this done, over with, and move that water where it needs to go.
You say there's some extra money there. I haven't seen any accounting of that building whatsoever.
Who says there's extra money? What do you mean?
You just said there was some money. to
We had a
put over there.
$100,000 contingency that we did not spend one penny of.
But where's the other accounting for it?
What other accounting?
How much is this whole thing costing us? Does it cost us?
The building?
Yeah,
The building was within $1,000 of Great Falls
okay.
estimate. Their contract price. Julie has every check that was written to Great Falls since day one. And their contract they gave us for $3,900,000 and whatever the number was, $975,000, was within a couple $1,000s of that number that we paid Great Falls. We had $125,000 for contents, which most of the contents got put on Vinnie's operational budget. It didn't even get put towards the $125,000. And we had a $100,000 contingency that we did not touch. So I think the building came out very nicely, and, you know, with Bernie up there overseeing things, there was, you know, that alone should have cost us $100,000 that we didn't have to pay anybody to do. And, you know, if anything came up, I mean, Great Falls, they tried, there was a couple times that they did a couple things that we weren't happy with, and we went in and talked to them and said, hey, we're not happy, like, this is the clause in the contract that we can go to mediation if we have to. And they backed down and they took care of it and they fixed it. This year, we could we could probably go to them and say, hey, the guy agreed yesterday, I'm gonna fix it, whether you send us any money or not. We're just doing the right thing by helping them with that cost, and we're saving the money by not doing the top section. So, again, it's, in the course of this whole project, if this is the one hiccup that we're trying to now get rid of, it's small money.
Where's the stormwater drain gonna go?
Stormwater is gonna run down into that new area. They're gonna clay line it. They're gonna dig a sump down there, they're gonna,
The existing pipe to the left of the station, looking at the station.
yeah.
Because originally that was supposed to connect into that system.
Yeah, it's gonna run down into that sump. They,
Are we gonna add pipe to that?
no,
No.
we don't have to, because they're
Just
gonna
make
lower,
a sluice way to go.
yeah, they're gonna lower that down. You know where the drainage pipes come out under the wall? The pipe that goes out into Tony's field is gonna be down below that.
Back up, the one coming off the street.
It's just,
Staying right where it
it's
is.
gonna stay right where it is.
Okay, so they're just gonna sluice it down in?
Yes, it's gonna
Ori-
sluice.
Originally, that
The,
was,
the water's gonna come out of that just the way, when they're done, the water's gonna come out of that pipe, no different than it did last week. They're not doing anything different to that pipe or from that section down. When it gets down to where it now has been leaching under the ground, because what happens is all the water come off that hill, that it only goes into that big 18 or 24-inch culvert when you get a massive rain. That other pipe runs almost 24/7. There's constantly water running there. The problem has been is that water has leached around that big pipe
Right.
and puddles on the abutter's field.
right, but originally, that one that was extended beside the station was gonna connect into the system they were building, is what I'm saying.
That water actually runs under the pipe.
It does now.
It does now.
Yes.
So that's
It
what I'm
does
saying.
now.
Originally, that was gonna be connected into that.
It was
So
gonna
now-
run down into that area so
Yes,
that
yes.
that it went out the
Just-
pipe, whether it was connected directly to the pipe or into a structure or not, but it
Right.
was gonna
It's
run
supposed to
down
get
in there.
down there, and it's just not getting down there.
It's getting down there now, it's just running under the stone because it's not sealed.
Right.
They're gonna fix it. And I spoke to the fire chief today, and he got some reimbursement on some grants. He may have some funds available, you know, to throw towards this, so I think we ought to follow through with the motion, but not limit it to the contingency fund. Maybe if the fire department has $1,000 or $2,000 that
Put
they can
towards it.
throw towards it.
So I will amend my motion to expend no more than $4,350 to Great Falls to fix the drainage issue at the fire station, with the funds to come either from the fire department operational account or our contingency account.
And second that motion.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. All right. Main model franchise update, we got nothing new on that. And the heat pumps for the 3 town buildings, we got quotes to review.
I'd get quotes to add to that.
How did we solicit quotes?
Was it an official bid or?
No?
Wasn't?
How do we solicit quotes, Alicia?
I contacted 5 or 6 companies, and I have 3, and I think Howard has 1 or 2.
Of the 5 that you
Nope,
different?
his own.
I've got one from one company for the 3 areas.
I reached out to, we have 2 of them on our building emergency list, and then 2 more, and I got only 1 of those out of the 2.
So who are the companies?
So you want to take How many are in here? 3?
Yeah,
There's 3 different ones.
there's 3 there.
Take them one building at a time. See what we got.
Okay. All right.
Pull all those 3 apart.
Yeah, there's,
Give the 3.
I think theirs are
It goes to
separate.
Howard
The
Field.
other,
Give
the other
them-
ones are all on one, I believe.
there's one, and there's one for us.
Want to start with the Boy Scout building?
Okay. Oh. Where does this one say what building you're talking about? They're all the same.
Wouldn't we be better to just analyze these separately and talk and do it next week? If we analyze those apples for apples.
There's a lot of,
That's Scout Hall. That's the municipal building.
oh, okay.
And
Just
that's the transfer
JP is the
station.
one that separated theirs out. The others, I believe, are all
This
one.
is
This
all-
is
This is
separated.
one for all the
Mhm.
buildings.
Yeah, all 3. I
Well, let's
think,
just go, well, they're all here. Let's just at least, we don't have to agree to do anything, but let's at least,
Okay, Scout Hall. J.P. Carroll's, $7,768.83, but that is for a 24,000 BTU outdoor inverter and a 24,000 BTU indoor head unit.
okay?
All parts, piping, materials to perform task above. And
This
labor.
this is the one Howard got from Sun Version, 7886. Yours is a total for all the buildings?
Mine's a total for all the
Yeah.
Well, we'll add
buildings.
these up together and then go through that one. Is that a total for all the buildings, Howard?
Oh, mine's, yes. Well, yes, it is total, but he's got it separated out.
All right, what's he got for school?
So Scout Hall is from Parsonsfield Heating and Cooling, whoever that is, $9,872.86.
Okay. Alicia, can you write that, well, we'll figure out totals after.
no, well, I can add them up.
Okay.
Well, Parsonsfield Heating and Cooling has a total of all 3 of them together.
Okay. The municipal building,
Okay. J.P. Carroll, $7,711.31, and that's for 24,000 BTU outdoor inverter, 24,000 indoor head, and 12 hours labor, and all materials.
this Sun Version is 6,780.
Parsonsfield Heating is $9,972.88.
Transfer station,
Okay, $6,713.88, that's J.P. Carroll.
5243. How big is the one down there?
15,000 BTU outdoor inverter and a 15,000 indoor head unit.
This one's only a 9,000. So it's not apples for apples, but,
Was the other one 24, John? The first 2 you did?
yeah.
The other 2.
And Parsonsfield Heating is $8,103.77. And also, Parsonsfield doesn't specify any size heating also, so, any size unit.
What's he got for a total on that one?
$12,592.
For all 3?
That's what he's got.
Wow. This one's 19. That's close, if not more.
22, I
And
think.
those are how much?
$27,949.
So that's 27.
We have to spend left in that account 22,534.74.
And J.P. Carroll's was $22,194.02.
Did you say that's for all three?
What'd you say Sunversion was, John, total?
Total, 19,909. Heat pump install, town hall location, transfer location, and Boy Scout location. So,
Are they all the same? Some
no, this one's, he's got a 9,000 at the transfer station and a 15 at the Boy Scout hall.
And the others are what, 24?
The others was a 24 versus a 15, but that's not gonna make a $7,000 difference.
What's that Sunversion one for now?
This one here doesn't include any electrical connections, so we're gonna have to bring an electrician.
Do the others? Do they say that?
Yes.
I think the others are all complete.
They all say that.
The others are all complete. So this one does not include electrician. These are Samsungs.
Samsung.
Samsungs.
This is Mitsubishi.
Those are Mitsubishis.
Two of the best.
Yep.
They're two of the best.
These are Samsungs. Do we want to ask that those that gave something for, like, the transfer station, there's 2 9s and a 15. For this one.
You need three down the transfer
No,
station?
no, I'm sorry. There were 2, this one had a 9,
Yeah.
and the others had, no, this one had a 15, the other 2 had 9s, 9,000.
Can they tell you what's required for that? Can the size, somebody had to figure it out.
They must have figured
They walked,
they had
all
to
of them
figure
came and
what it was
walked.
gonna take.
to-
Guy at 9, you got 2 at 9, figuring it only needs a 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe that that building could ever take more than a 9. I mean,
I spoke to one of them down there and explained that the doors open and shut all the time. We have a 5,000 BTU air conditioner down there that on those hot days it never got below 82 degrees.
that might have been the guy that figured the 15.
Go back to the guy that didn't have the
Back
electrician.
to all of them and just say, tell us what you're gonna use for size unit, period.
Well,
They've done that.
They've said what they're gonna use, but what you gotta do is go back and determine who gave us a price for the total install and who gave us a price for just the units minus the electrical work.
Did you ask for electrical work?
They asked for complete install.
Complete.
I think this guy, he knew we had electricians that we work with, so I don't know what the conversation was with Isaac at the time, but
So if they're not quoting
They're not.
installation cost,
They're not apples for
So
apples.
what if we,
apples for apples is right,
No.
you shouldn't even
I mean,
consider.
you
so
could,
we could consider tossing out the one that's not doing the complete job and just say we want to deal with one person and not have an electrician arguing with an install guy. Let the installer get his own electrician or do whatever they want.
Sunversion's a master electrician, so.
He's electrician?
Yeah.
The other one we can throw out because it was definitely higher than everybody, right?
Way higher.
That one was way higher.
I know the ones that Sunversion quoted, he did all of ours, and that comes with, it's got quite a warranty on them too, the Mitsubishi's. And we have never had a problem with them.
what's the total of JP's?
Who fixes them?
He does.
He,
He does the repair, the maintenance and everything.
$1,194.02.
Okay.
But their one unit was a little bigger than what he had. Right?
For which building?
They had
We had two 24s
And a 15.
and a 15, so they were a lot bigger. Oh,
two 24s and a 15.
Yeah.
What did,
There's a 24 for the municipal building. There's a 24 for the Scout Hall. And then there's a 9 for the transfer station.
And we got,
Answer any questions? I didn't know you were discussing this tonight. I just happened to catch it, so I thought I'd come down. I can give a little insight into,
on how you determined the size, and okay.
Step up to the podium.
no, I don't know. Sean Carroll. I am a representative of JP Carroll Fuel Company. I did catch that most of these are Samsungs, if I'm not mistaken. One is Mitsubishi. The reason I did a larger unit for the transfer station is because that building is not very well insulated, and there's glass, and the doors are opening and closing a lot, so I beefed it up a little bit. And it's not so much for the AC, but for the heat. So if they want it for heat, you can undersize for AC and still effectively cool a building, but the heat is where these buildings struggle, and that building is not very well insulated, so, and the door is constantly opening and closing. Any other questions?
what's the difference between a 15 and a 9?
About 6. 6,000 BTUs, so it's cost about probably $500-600 for the head, and then depending on what they use for an outdoor inverter, you need you need a certain size inverter. So I don't know what you may be able to get away with a smaller inverter or the same size. So if you went with a hyperheat and a bigger inverter, the money is in the outdoor inverter. So now you're talking probably, depending on if they went max heat or hyperheat. I think the Mitsubishi calls the lower temperature units a max heat and hyperheat, and the Samsung calls it a max heat. So if it's a max heat unit, then probably $1,500 for the inverter, and then maybe $500 for the indoor head.
Difference if you went down to 9,000.
Yeah. Around there. I mean, that's ballpark.
Can I give my 2 cents worth?
Yes.
So JP and Parsonsville Heating and Cooling are already our building emergency contacts who we contact for all of our stuff related. It's certainly much easier if we go with one of those companies that we can contact, I can contact, Isaac can contact, than adding on a new one that then we expect to come and just fix just our heat pumps within our building. So if JP is close enough, it covers the leftover ARPA funds that we have to spend within that range anyway, then I would like the board to go with JP, but that's certainly just my 2 cents worth.
I'm wondering if I can ask, we use electric heat there now. Will this unit?
Gotta go up to the podium.
We use electric heat now on all 3 walls. I don't know how many BTUs it is, but will this unit be cheaper for heat than the electric heat that we have now?
I can only assume so. These are efficient units. I can't remember what exact model I quoted. I don't know if they can hear me, but I don't know what kind of electric heat you have, but these are efficient electric heat units.
Okay.
So that's,
I don't think it would be any worse.
Exactly.
Well, these are just baseboard.
Then these would be much more efficient.
Doesn't, well, it does say the model on it, says, but it's really long. It's just 15,000 BTU outdoor inverter and a 15,000 indoor head unit. All parts, piping, materials to perform tasks as described above, and labor.
See that weight?
Yep.
Wait, let me see this other two. So I can compare 'em.
I don't believe that is the max heat model. I would have to check. So I don't know if the others are max heat or hyper heat. I think the message I got that it was more about AC than heat, but these are dual climate units.
Okay.
You want to wait a week and mull it over?
I prefer to.
We may need to
Why-
wait
why
for
don't we
Brady
bring it
for
up next
voting
week?
anyway.
Okay.
Sean, what's the warranty on these?
I think it's 5 years on the, or it's either 2 or 5. I'd have to check. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, because the Mitsubishi is 12 years, so.
I would say that Mitsubishi is a more expensive unit. They're a very high-quality unit. These are all similar, so I'm willing to guess that if Mitsubishi is 12, these Samsung units are either 10 or 12, but don't quote me on that. I can have that answer for you next week when you make your decision.
Okay. And these two, I'll put them in the bottom. Okay.
I can scan them all to the board if they want, if you want to look at them.
Pass them down to her. Get lost in the shuffle. Okay.
Before, I guess I can't bite my tongue, but if as a board, we're going to ask Alicia to go out and get estimates, I think it's highly inappropriate for one select person to go out and solicit bids on their own. You asked what?
I told Alicia I was gonna go out and get that, because I asked her who she had bidding on it. And I told her, I said, I'd like to see you have at least some.
Then that
bid
name
on it."
should have gone to Alicia and say, send them an invite to come do it for, I just think it's inappropriate to,
Well, I think it's inappropriate to send the janitor out to get bids.
He didn't get bids, he took the
brought people around,
contractors
didn't he? He let
around.
them in the
He
buildings.
brought people around. It should have been one of us.
Okay.
I think he's capable.
I think he's highly capable to
Certainly.
to unlock doors
It's not hard to
and
open the door and do a
show
site
people the
visit.
building.
Custodian.
It's not hard to do a site visit. It really isn't.
The guy does anything we ask of him, and now we're gonna down on him because he
No, I'm
went
not
out to help
down
us
on
out.
him.
I'm not
That's
saying
fine.
you are.
No, we don't have to
But
be
I
down
just-
on him. He went out
No,
and
he
did it.
did it. He did a good job.
Okay, we'll move on to the mowing contracts for town properties. Please look at the new contract.
So it's a combined, this has a lot of some of the same things that the plowing contract had that you guys wanted to see. Is one contract now, not split two.
Okay.
I don't remember, I'm curious, why, and I just realized it today, when we did the contract with Jackson Cole, he had an exhibit in the back, Exhibit B, that we withheld 10% of every one of his invoices. Does anybody recall why we did that to him and only him?
Well, he was only, when we talked about deciding to do this.
Yeah, I know.
He was the new contract, he was the only new contract that we had started.
Yeah.
And we did it because this was a contract that we had gone out several times and gotten backed out of the most recently before him. And we were like,
Yeah,
they can back out, we have nothing basically holding
so
any type of.
it'll be in the same one then?
So now it's in this one, so it would include both, well, now that we've added it together.
Everything's consolidated into this one contract.
And we've also did this with our new plowing contract.
You know, the wording's pretty much the same as the plowing contract.
I went through word for word, I'm happy to have you guys review, but the wording itself and the major part of the contract is the same. And we added,
Yeah, and I got the winter road maintenance one.
we added the municipal building here, the rear edge part, the wood line, and the fire station to it. I think those are the, oh, and weed whacking up at,
We added the field out back here too.
yeah, municipal building, edge of rear parking lot to the wood line from fence to fence. Fire station, right building and behind building, which I confirmed with Vinnie, and weed whacking at the overlook.
Depending upon the mower they use on this, out back to here, that can get pretty rough. So, as long as they know it up front.
Well, I'd like to think they're gonna look at what they're gonna bid on,
Yeah, I would hope so.
I would think.
So is that in the contract that you're gonna withhold 10%?
Yeah.
Looks like it's on the back.
It's on the back page.
Would you do that as a plowing contractor and start a roadside trash pickup?
We haven't in the past. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea.
No, I think it's something, now that when they're coming due, that we are adding it.
I make a motion that we put out for bid mowing services for the town, and that we put an ad in the shopping guide that states bid packages can be picked up here. And we make sure that we have at the bottom of the bid, in the packet and in the ad, that the selectmen have the right to accept, reject, and/or negotiate with any bidder.
I already got you covered.
Okay?
What date do you want it back by?
Well, it won't go out this week.
We got them,
Take-
want to give them all in November
Yeah.
and get them back for like December 1st? They must be in our office by
Noon of December.
noon on December 1st?
Sure. Yep.
Give them plenty of time to look around.
Yep.
And I think we should, as a courtesy, send a message to both current mowing contractors
I am, yeah, I have a
and let
note,
them
sent
know
it
that
to
it's
both.
going
Yeah,
out to bid.
yep, I already told them I would.
Got a question out back.
What was the purpose of combining them? Because I know originally when the guy that's been doing it, he really didn't want anything to do with some of the cemeteries and stuff. His main business was the bigger areas and all that stuff. So that's, I think, how it originally got divided out into two. And I know we had a couple of bad sessions there where people backed out. And that's why you saved 10%. Because if we'd already paid somebody, we were behind the eight ball. That's fine. I just, you know, if we don't get any bids for the whole thing, would you break it back up? I mean,
Have to break it back
some
up.
people don't like the handwork and that stuff. They use the mowers. I mean, you can understand where I'm getting at, because they don't have help and all this other stuff, whereas a small guy doesn't mind doing that stuff. It'd be interesting. It's too bad that maybe it couldn't go out all in one or separate, and see how it goes. You still have the right to accept them all. I think, it would be, just a couple of more lines. The contract can stay the same, but I just think it would be, if it's cheaper for the town to have two guys, and I know it's a little hassle, but, it's kind of, we're putting everything in one, so you just kind of wonder, is it gonna cost us more?
I guess we'll find out. We got plenty of time to negotiate with them, and we can see where they come back.
Rebid it.
We can always rebid it or negotiate with the,
Yeah, I'm just saying, if it comes out astronomical from what it was
What it was, then we can-
combined this year, then
Yeah.
we gotta say, all right, we sit back and say, all right, well, maybe we'll go back the other way.
and go the other way.
The small guy may not be able to do the whole thing, but he can do part of it.
Yeah.
Is this a multi-year, is it 3-year contract?
Yeah.
I came in a little late, but are the ball fields included in that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if there's a discussion, I know there's been an issue in the past with the mowers cutting off the irrigation heads down there. And should be noted that they haven't fertilized the last couple of years, and they really should. And it'd be nice to get back to fertilizing it. And when you fertilize an irrigated field, you get more growth. So I know there was a problem at one point in the past that they would let it grow too long and then cut it fast, and it was wreaking havoc. So you might want to get ahead of that by talking it over with them and discuss that up front.
Fertilizing's not in there.
Fertilizing's not in it.
Fertilizer's not even part of this.
Not in it.
Well, we used to try to negotiate that as part of the Little League, and we tried to get help from private donors, Little League, the town, to help pay for fertilization, which was about $6,500 a year. And it was like 5 applications. And I know the last couple of years, we've kind of gone away from that, which is not a good thing. It'd be nice to keep those fields well-fed, because now that the town has invested in irrigation, but it was $110 or $120 every time they mowed too fast and the deck bounced and took out a head. And, I'd like to see, it'd be nice to get fertilization brought back in, which makes the fields healthier, but it also makes them grow faster and more. And it becomes an issue with the mowing contractor.
We could always make an addendum to the contract.
When they fertilize that,
Yeah, I mean, you
Put
can,
it out to bid, get some companies to come fertilize it, whatever.
Is it too late to fertilize for the year?
Well, you can get one more application, you could do it. Irrigation specialists always did it. In fact, they're the ones who installed the irrigation system, but they also do the field, I think they do the field rehab. Twice a year they come out and they kind of spruce up the ball fields, cut the weeds out of the lines, the base lines, and they spruce them up. I know for a fact that one year, betting on the come, that they would, because we always did pay them to fertilize, they just fertilized, and there was a regime change in the Little League, and some information didn't get conveyed, but I know that they fertilized for free. They never got paid. And so, and then this year, they didn't do it because they didn't get paid last year, but they wanted to do it, and they would like to continue doing it. So I don't know if it's something the town wants to put out to bid. If the town wants to get involved and help out with that, that's fine. But we always use the irrigation specialists because they've always taken great care of us. They had kids that were in the Little League program, and they did a great job fertilizing. But I'm just saying that it'd be nice to get back to fertilizing the fields, which is going to, spur, thicker roots, longer grass, and more cutting. Just something we should talk about.
was that
Ahead
a
of time.
granular fertilizer, or was it sprayed?
It's granular. Yep.
Sprayed?
No, granular,
Granular.
like broadcast, and And I think they did 5 applications every year.
5 a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody know if that's been drained down there?
If you what?
I can contact them. They're usually pretty
They
good.
do it.
Usually the
They-
first week in November, they come out and drain it.
They blow it out.
And usually because they're always looking for a key, because the locks change and, but they're always on top of that. They take good care of that. But they happen to be the same outfit that always fertilized. And I know they did it gratis
So
one
they
year.
mow too, right?
They do all that, yep. I
So-
don't know if they're
Maybe
gonna
they
put a
buried-
bid in or.
When we might as well reach out to them, put a bid in.
You can always put a request for proposal in for fertilization anyway.
Yeah, and
Not
the
hard.
rec budget, when it's been done in the past, the rec budget has handled, it's come through the rec budget. So, I don't know where they're at with their budget for next
I
year.
don't
But I
know
know that they have money left, that it could be done.
There's still 11,000 in building and grounds.
The rec's been paying for it.
Opening of the irrigation system.
That's in their budget.
That's in their budget.
That's in their budget.
I know the Little League used to kick in and pay some, but I think, I'm not on the Little League board anymore, I'm not so much involved, but I know that the last couple of years, I don't think they placed a high priority on it, but it would be nice if that were brought back to, because water alone doesn't cut it.
Have to be maintained also.
Yeah.
Let's just get a proposal for fertilization. It's not, reach out to them and see how much they charge to do it, and then go from there.
Is that just the ball field or out back, out behind the fence?
Just the field.
They used to do the whole complex, so.
Yeah, that's,
All the short grass complex, so
all
from
the way to the back.
the original
the
ball
walkway,
field out to Pickerel Pond Road.
The
They did
gravel
whole
pit.
thing.
Are they the same ones that they charge the lines in the spring?
Yeah,
And they were there Friday, I was just told.
okay.
They drained it and blew it out on Friday.
They're usually right on top of it,
Yeah, they.
spring
yeah.
and fall. So,
Why don't we reach out to them, let them know that the mowing's going out to bid and see if they're interested.
What's the name of the company again?
irrigation specialist, they're out of Lynette.
Perfect.
Ask them to give us a quote on fertilization too. Or what they recommend for a cycle or a frequency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, discuss system administrator, new contract, increase, or what the board would like to do.
You missed the budget information. You missed budget information.
Oh, sorry about that. Budget information. We need to figure out what the decision of the percentage of the increase or what the board would like to do.
I think we should go line by line and not do a percentage.
We're not gonna do a line item budget. That doesn't work.
So the budget committee has said, my understanding is they're flat funding and that's it. Is that
Unless
correct?
they see some numbers
All right,
of difference, yes. They
So-
recommend flat line budgets.
so then they don't even need to meet again, I'm guessing, till we give them a budget to say yes or no to?
That, they do plan on meeting on Thursday. They have budgets certainly that have been submitted and can be reviewed.
Well, they're gonna look,
They're not flatlined, so either they're meeting to, I mean, the overall, unless they see anything different, the overall recommendation would be no on anything, I guess. I don't, but it's just hard right now. We need to decide, like the board to decide on our own budgets, where you want to go. I think people are being super conscientious about their budgets. They're not up very much. If Joanne has flatlined hers, they're minimal percentages within code and library. Fire, I've chatted with Vinny, his is like around 4% increase, which they're not fully done with, so it could be lower. I've not seen our town clerk, tax collector, or treasurer's yet, and rec has his done, so I will get that. And I got animal control officer tonight.
All right, as far as the budget committee's looking for you to say, all right, the select board wants a flat across the board. Because the budget committee only makes a recommendation, so.
Well,
that's
they did a
that's-
motion and a second at the meeting that they wanted flatline budgets.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm part of it, I know,
Yeah,
I've been
well,
on it
you
a long
weren't
time.
here, but-
Well, she just flatlined hers.
Yeah.
So that's what the budget committee was asking the select board tonight, to say, all right, you know, we're gonna ask
Well, I
for-"
think that's what we said, was the board needs to make their decision, and,
Right,
I mean, that's what the budget committee wants to see, because they didn't have numbers to look at, but ultimately, I mean, the board can make the decision, and then you guys can do your recommendation.
right. But it'd be nice if the board says, all right, this is what we'd like this year.
Yeah, no, that's what we need to do right now,
There you go.
because,
I think we got a couple departments that are gonna have a hard time keeping the costs down. The roads, they got a lot of work they gotta make up. The fire department, the costs are always increasing there, the supplies are going up, the insurance goes up, and everything else. You don't know how many calls you're gonna do, you don't know what the fuel cost is gonna be.
well,
A lot of
repairs.
special town meetings.
Hey, that's all the more reason why we have line item budgeting.
They're not gonna do a line item budget, it doesn't work. The way they got it now, they can take from a training budget and use it for supplies. You get a line item budget and specify for that, it handcuffs them.
I didn't present a flat budget because I wanted to. I did it for one reason. In the years past, once the budget committee votes no on something, the people usually go.
That is true.
And the reason for them doing that, Stephanie told me, was that they're not going to accept any budget, any increase, because they don't have the proper balances. That's why she said they were going to do
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's, not-
Yeah.
how do we, I mean, so we're just gonna handcuff you and every other department? So if I look at your budget, I mean, I know it's a small item, but how do you control your electric bill? I mean, somebody tell me their electric bill that hasn't gone up since last year. So we're now gonna ask you to hope that your electric bill doesn't go
Well,
up.
I put in a great deal of thought, and I did the budget, and then I heard that, I got extremely upset. And I redid the budget, so I took out things that we need to do. If I don't do the grinding, and it's $6,000, and I don't do it this year, I'm only gonna have to do it next year.
And just gonna double it next year. And I mean, if we gave everybody a nominal increase, 3 to 4%, and said, that's not a lot of money. If you spent, $100 this year, you get $103 next year.
Yeah, no,
If
they're
you spent-
right, it's
right,
very
so,
minimal in some
I
of them.
mean, if we gave everybody a 3 to 4% increase across the board, it makes everybody's job real easy. You take everybody's number from last year and you add 3 or 4% to it. That gives you a budget. Now, the department heads are gonna have to work within that. And then from that point, we look at capital projects and have department heads bring in their capital projects. I'd like to think that we have a reasonable handle on those numbers of what we have for money in the capital project account, and we usually take that money from the undesignated account for a lot of stuff. Those two things, for the lack of good numbers everywhere else, those two things we do have some good numbers on. So I'd recommend we just say to every department head, take your budget from last year, add 3%, move the numbers around if you think that you need 0 and 1 and 6% somewhere else, but your bottom line gets 3%. And work it backwards from there. So, and then you present your budget with your 3% increase. Hopefully the budget committee can stomach that and recommend a yes. We recommend a yes, and people vote on it.
Well, I got upset because they didn't even meet with us.
Well, and they're not meeting with you because they don't have anything to go by to compare what you
That's what I
spent this
think,
year.
they don't have anything
Right?
to go
I mean,
by
so
yet.
there's the problem. So why are we going to continue to handcuff ourselves because a single point of failure, an issue that we have.
Dean?
Are you folks telling me and everybody in the town of Limerick that we do not have accurate balances on any of the accounts or on many of the accounts, and we're almost into November? Is that true?
We haven't even got the audit finished yet.
The audit's 2024, let's put that aside. They haven't audited nobody's touched 2025 yet.
Right. So what I'm saying is, do you have a balance sheet right now that shows what's left in the selectmen's budget, or the treasurer, or whatever?
I think we can get paper with numbers on it.
But are they accurate?
I wouldn't put any credence into any of them. I couldn't with a good conscience say that I trust any of them. I'm sure they're not all wrong, and I'm sure they're not all right. But I don't think with any accuracy you could say that they are good enough numbers to budget with. It's my opinion. I mean, somebody else may think they're better.
So on December 31st of 2025, it's possible we've got $100,000 that's going to be dumped into the general fund, or we're minus $100,000 overdrawn.
Well, the good thing is we do see the checks that go out, and we do see the warrants. So I think even though we may be frustrated with the numbers, I think there's enough people with good eyes on it to know that we got a budget tonight that said that the phone is over budget. If that's true, the other lines in there, in that area, can cover the difference. So I don't think we're gonna end up the end of the year saying, oh man, we overspent our budget. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think there's enough ways to look at the numbers from different angles, even though the reports we're getting may not be accurate, that we can, with a pretty good conscience, say we're not overspending and there's not gonna be like a shortfall to have to make up. And part of that, the best part of that is the department heads, right, that are making sure they're not overexpending their budgets. Even if the numbers they're getting don't look good to them, they know their numbers very well.
So if the department heads know what their balances are, shouldn't that suffice planning for next year?
Well, I think it should, but I think in the past, the budget committee, and I think we all expect to be able to pull out a printout of the 2025 report and say, Joanne had $1,700 for electric and she spent $1,650 by the end of the year.
Right.
That was the easy way to do it. Now we gotta take, not that we don't trust Joanne, we know they're getting, but they know what they're spending. It's almost like they have to recreate the reports and reinvent the wheel to give everybody information. And I think it's a lot of extra work. I don't think it needs to be done. I think we can say, let's do a 3% increase. I think we can afford that. I think that there's a good chance with an increase that low, if we continue down 2026 with more of these land sales that we've done, where we're getting some old money back in, like we've done this year, and it's revenue we didn't expect to have, there's a good chance we could go to another year with a 0% tax increase. I mean, we didn't up the mill rate this year at all. If we get good land sales and we have department heads watching their money, we could probably go if we get a 3% increase, we probably could go another year without a increase in the mill rate.
Well, I
It's a
think Gail
possibility.
touched on something earlier when she was talking about, was it lack of internal controls? Is that?
I would stand by that statement. Yeah.
Okay. So, and Howard, you probably remember, it used to be every Monday night, we had a balance sheet for every single account.
Got it right here.
Okay. And if somebody would,
Sorry, you don't. I asked for it and you have it.
Oh, my expense report.
He said balance sheet.
Okay.
I've got the same report right here, Dean, that we always used to have when you and I were on board. Exact same,
But that must show the balance then, right?
shows all the balances.
I can't remember the last time, when's the last time anybody else got one?
I gave you one the other week, and you didn't look at it.
You gave who one?
I gave you all one.
Did you get one from Howard?
I don't remember.
Did you get one from Howard?
I don't
I put
remember.
them in front of you guys.
I haven't seen one of those in months.
I don't remember seeing one, Howard.
Neither of the others.
Apologize
I mean,
about
I didn't
that.
ask for them either.
What? Okay.
Gail?
I'd like to read a section from the Maine State Statute 30-A, Chapter 5603, 2B. Upon request, provide an account of this is the treasurer, provide an account of finances of the municipality and exhibit the official records to the municipal officers or to any committee appointed by them to examine the accounts. The municipal officers shall examine the treasurer's accounts at least once every 3 months. I'm on an appointed committee, and I can't find an article that was passed in March on the general ledger. I cannot find it. Somebody needs to help me. It's for $30,000. That means it's in the general fund, okay, and not set aside for a project. And it's not the only one. I just want help, because I sit on an appointed committee, and we're looking at this, and we can't make some decisions, because we're not sure we can move forward. Okay? So the law says, if upon request, okay, please write a policy that says this is in effect and provide it to our treasurer. Thank you.
Was that a motion to do the 3% increase?
I make a motion that we install a 3.5% increase across the board for all departments for the 2026 fiscal year. The COLA is set to what it is. No, the COLA will set for the salaries, because that's by
That's in policy
That's by
first.
policy and ordinance. It's all the other lines, the payroll is set by COLA.
Second that motion.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Okay. Discuss system administrator.
Don't all speak at once.
Do we have a contract with him in place now?
We do not have a contract, we determined.
So I make a motion that we ask, is it Chris Sanborn? Is it? Chris?
Yeah.
We ask Chris Sanborn to attend a meeting in the next month at his convenience to discuss the IT contract and issues with the town.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. Town locks.
So can we get a list of where these other ones need to go? So we currently have one on the Salt Shed and Boy Scout Island.
So you need to get one to Nick's store of the 1AA, because he dumps up there from the...
Okay,
So we need to make sure he gets one.
yep.
We need 2 at the ball field.
Okay.
Who has those, John?
Who has them, or would you say where are they?
Who has them? Who gets them?
Well, I'm just saying we need 2 there. Who gets them? I think the rec director,
There's 10 on each one, so
So-
we can ask, I mean, I don't know who has them now, but those people would need.
I think those need to go, the mowing contractor needs one, whoever that ends up being,
Yep,
the rec director,
yep,
the assistant rec director,
yep.
we can, if, we can discuss maybe the sprinkler contractor, because he sometimes fights to get in there.
Maybe he could always come here and get a key too, if he knows he's gonna be here.
Yeah, or, he can be met down there by,
Yeah.
yeah. So we need to put 1 on the transfer station, and Joanne can give us a list of how many keys she needs for people there. 15?
So we are gonna try out the transfer station?
What's that?
We talked, well, she has a lot that are out, keys that are out to different people, so they weren't 100% sure we were gonna do that one.
Is that Potties R Us? Potties R Us? They say, okay, so, yeah. Well, we just need to get more keys. I mean, if these are the keys they're making, these can be made at Plumbers, which is kind of unfortunate. But
The ones that stamp do not duplicate.
I don't believe they're stamped that. So we need to get 5 more at least for one of the numbers, and get Joanne 15 and
I'm making a note.
have some,
Just have a list of the names who has the keys.
who has the keys.
They can give it to Joanne.
And she knows, you know who has them. You know who has them, right? So you can create a list.
Yeah, bring a list in here and give it to Alicia to put on the master list we have here.
They can.
We did talk about that too, that has normally not stopped them from being made. I know.
Where else was there? We went through this list once before, and there was,
I know, that's why I
There
was
was
like,
more-
why do I
more
have so
spaces.
I think
many
there's
more
one we're
locks?
forgetting.
I couldn't think of,
did we put one on this shed out here?
we can.
I think we had that as one that needed to be locked.
You got one on the vault?
There's not one on the vault, no, there's not a padlock.
Check with the fire chief, see if he needs one on the communications building on the mountain.
Maybe that was all of them.
I can't think of any
I'm
others.
thinking more, yeah, we'll have to, I think there's a
Well,
couple.
we know we have more, so at least this gives
Yeah.
me a good start to
Yeah.
the getting these ones. Okay.
Okay, sign the adopted general assistance ordinance appendices.
So that was just, that was what we had last week, the public hearing on that. That's the form that you guys have to sign now that I have to send them to the state.
Okay, new business, set the second poverty abatement for 10/27/25.
So you already have one that you're going to do. I would like to bring a second file of, there's a person that you've, as assessors of the poor, have approved yearly without meeting with them. I don't think that they capable of coming here, so I'm not sure if anybody remembers that person.
Yeah, bring that forward also.
Yeah.
Okay, I would just like to do them both that night. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Discuss the phone company, review bill around 3,000.
I want to keep this till next week.
Okay.
I have something I want to go off of, so I need to do a little more investigating. But if this stays, if our phone bill stays where it's been ranging, I don't think that it will hurt for budget season to have a quote from Spectrum. So we pay an ungodly amount for our phone system here.
Well, but the bill this month was only $762.
700? For the municipal building?
Let's see. It was the one that was pulled.
Because Consolidated's playing
Because there was
games.
some issues. Municipal building, $753.84. That's what's on this warrant,
Okay.
that bill has been pulled, because it's also on this warrant that it's $326 for the Bricktown Hall, and only $75 for the fire department, so those two are probably reversed, would be my guess. That the fire department's probably
There's no way the
$326,
fire department is $75.
and there's no way the Bricktown Hall is $326.
No, I think there is a cost there for the
For the line, so-
alarms, but
Assuming those two need to be reversed, that might make sense. And
I-
$753 for this building isn't,
I just get
Out of
super
whack.
frustrated with our, and I'm gonna chat with Dottie, because she's worked with them before. When we've had him come before, he has a really hard time explaining why our bill fluctuates so much.
But
I
the-
think you've seen there's been times where we've been in the $1,800 range, up to $3,000.
well, there's a past due amount of $9,700 on the bill that I saw today that apparently was paid months ago or a significant amount of time ago, and all these companies, they get checks from everybody on time except the town of Limerick. I don't know, they must hold all those checks, because there was CMP bills that were supposedly paid in July and August that miraculously, those checks all got cashed today, I was told. I don't know why CMP is holding, somebody up there must have a little grab on town of Limerick checks, and they're trying to mess us up and throw them all in at once 3 months later. I don't know. It's hard to decipher, but
Well, I should just have more information next week. That is a budget line that's already over by $3,000, and we have 3 months left. So I
but we have to
don't
find out why that
That's what I mean,
payment of
I
$9,700.
need to investigate more. I just got a little insight, so that's why I just want to hold off. Your phone bill is
A
free this
phone bill or a
month.
power bill? There's a power bill, yeah. That's the one that was confusing. There was a past due amount, but yet there were 3 or 4 payments, a payment made in supposedly July and August that apparently came through today, but none of their numbers added up to what the past due amount was.
My phone bills,
Not phone, electric.
no, but my phone bill, I think is on, as of September 30th, I only had like 4 months taken out. And the light bill, maybe 5 months taken out.
Oh, out of your budget?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that some of the other
Probably only
departments
been paid,
maybe.
it's probably only been paid 5 times in 10 months. I wouldn't
But
be shocked.
I shouldn't have the balance that I've got, that's what I'm thinking.
In your electric account, you got too much money in there.
Yeah, I think so. And the phone too.
I think that that's what's just hard with the phone when it, I don't know.
Can we need to put an RFP for an auditor because our auditor has left us. So,
RHR,
yes.
Yep.
are they gonna finish what they started?
They'll finish what they started, they're just not doing anything for 2025 moving forward, so.
So do you want me to put something together and bring back next week that you can review?
Maybe
Okay,
reach out to MMA and see how many
Yeah, that's, I was gonna, yeah.
auditors there are in the state,
Oh,
and
I've got a list of them right here.
maybe try to find some that have never heard the name Limerick,
From
'cause
MMA.
the others, the local ones, I've been told that many of the local ones won't be interested, so.
Did he give us timetable to finish it? We can get it before the end of December, when they work on.
It's garbage in, garbage out, you know what I mean? They gotta have good information to do a good audit. So, once they get everything they're looking for, I'm assuming they will complete it. So, and the other thing is,
so is Howard putting together the RFP or am I? Because I don't want to do this at the same time. Are you putting together the RFP, Howard?
I said I have a list from MMA
Of the auditors?
of the auditors in the state.
Okay, well, that's different than an RFP.
did they send you that by email? The list?
What?
Did you get the list by email?
No,
How'd you get it?
Julie got it.
What's that?
Julie had called up and had them send it to her.
So they sent it by email to Julie.
As far as I know.
Put in a FOA request in to get our own information, I guess.
Okay.
We also need to deal with, I think he's made it widely known, the rec director is going to step down. I think we should reach out, we should reach out to him, confirm that.
Yeah, he's put it out there. It's
All
out.
right, he's
that
put it
they're-
out on his own. So instead of waiting till he leaves the end of the year, we ought to put out that we're looking for somebody for the first of the year that we could maybe appoint now for the first year that could go through the budget, even though we know it's only going to be a 3%, that at least they don't step into somebody else's budget or capital projects that they want to get into or whatever. But so it would be nice to maybe put that out now.
Gail, there was something on Facebook. Did he share that with you? Or maybe it was on their Facebook or, okay.
It was on the rec page.
The rec
It was on,
page.
they definitely put it on the rec page. and
Okay, that's what I was
don't-
thinking I
think
saw.
he's certainly
Yeah,
made it clear that they're going to get
they're
done.
both, yes. Okay, but I think we could share what he is shared out there.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Okay. Sorry, I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
thank you, absolutely. They've done a lot.
You're not at the microphone.
Yep. And if nobody's seen it, the fencing is all done down at the park and looks really good.
I saw it, looks really good.
And the
Yeah.
pickleball nets are here.
And the pickleball nets are here.
Well,
Yeah,
they're in the
well, they're gonna be
basement.
for the spring anyways, but they're ready to go.
They look good.
Yeah.
We have one other problem that's gonna be coming up very shortly. We've got to get someone that's gonna get into training for doing a town clerk and tax collector. Because there's no backup. They've already voiced their opinion that they're gonna be resigning very shortly.
They're going to be resigning, or they're going to finish out their terms through March?
They're gonna finish up their terms, but that's it.
Okay?
But you have to have someone get in there now to train, because that's not gonna be an easy position to take over.
Well, they have funds for an assistant, because they've had an assistant that's been gone for a long time. And my understanding is they haven't been able to find anybody that they felt would work in that position. But I guess it would, I think we ought to, again, confirm with them that that truly is their decision, and if it is, we ought to put it out there that those positions will be open, and people that are interested in running, because it's gonna be an elected position, maybe they could come in now and say, I'm considering running, would you consider hiring me as the assistant so I can learn something between now and next March?
And it's, yeah.
It takes,
Well, they have time, I mean, I think they have time once they get in to
If
do
they
that.
don't get elected and they're all trained, what do you do?
Well, what's our other option? So give me a solution to the problem.
We needed to keep that position open that they had over there already, that Alicia, not Alicia,
That is an open position.
It is an open
They
position.
can,
They
they
haven't
could
filled
hire
it.
into that anytime.
they've got applications sitting there, I know they do.
Well, we can't hire, they have to hire that position. We can't force that hand. So I don't know what, it's the world we live in. It's an elected position. You gotta be 18 and breathe, and you can get the job. And worry about getting certified after.
takes months to get certified.
I'm sure it does, but I think if somebody gets elected, there must be a time frame that they're allowed to, I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
I was gonna say, wouldn't the state come in and help us? I would think, I would like to think, I don't know.
No, they probably should tell us to shut down and make them go to other towns.
They can go to other towns, that's what people do to us, they come in, when we fail, and they don't.
which, and I get that for the state stuff, but we still want them, we need somebody capable of doing our local stuff. So I guess we could either invite the clerk and the tax collector in to see if they have some sort of succession plan in place, if they're diligently still looking for people, if they would like to announce that for sure they're leaving, and that might entice somebody else to come take the part-time job now.
I believe they have 10 applications.
It's on Facebook, it's on Parks and Rec's Facebook, that both Greg and Christine.
Past that, we're talking about the
Yeah, we're
town
not-
clerk and tax collector. Okay?
Squirrel.
She's still in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
She's still in Dominican time.
she's on vacation.
See, I know. Well, they've got 10 applications. What we can't, I guess we can impress on them that we would like to see somebody hired. What else? Encourage. What else can we do? I mean, they very well can stay right in their spots between now and March and say, thank you very much, it's been great. Have an election, whoever gets elected, show up Monday morning and someone will let you in the door and figure it out.
Question. Can the select board hire someone and have them go through TRIO training in the next 3 months or whatever, in a sandbox application right here in this room, taking webinars, learning TRIO, learning maybe some other certifications, and you would pay them? If they can't come up with a transition plan, why can't you prepare this, people that are interested in running? You could do it right here.
We could hire
A clerk.
a clerk, a bookkeeper.
You could,
We're entitled to do that.
yeah. And if this office can't provide a transition plan, why can't you do that and prepare these people for election? Because if you're going to put them in there, and, it's the same thing.
Which is a good plan, but it still doesn't guarantee you
Well,
that the person you train is going to win, right?
that's
We
correct.
hope that that happens.
That's correct. That's
We
why
hope that
some of the
voters
applicants,
would take that into consideration.
once they came in, some of the applicants, it's my understanding, were told that there was no guarantee that they'd have a job after the election unless they ran and won. And they'd say, well, no, I don't want to do that. But I think there were some that were willing. So, are you willing? Are you willing? That would be good. Thank you.
So if they're not listening, maybe we can reach out and ask the clerk and the tax collector to, if they are willing, to either give us confirmation or denial that they will both not be running in March as of this point.
Okay.
So we're going to come back with a list of auditors next week, is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes. We had an issue this week where a woman was bitten by the dog, a dog, and the animal control officer was almost non-existent. I don't know how that has played out. I know I asked Stan to get involved in it. She's currently taking rabies shots because the dog was from out of town. They're trying to contact the dog's owner and the town where she lives in to see if the dog has been vaccinated. So I think we have to look at that position because this, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not the first time this has happened. We've had,
Well,
She just reached out to me, guys, and the dog is vaccinated.
perfect.
that's
So
fine.
she just got notified now.
Oh, good.
As of this morning, it was a mess.
Correct.
Well, but let's be clear, the ACO did reach out to the person who got bit very early on and was part of the process. The confusion was in trying to find the dog's owner. So she did reach out and spoke to the person who was bit the morning after, I believe,
Yeah, it was after.
that morning.
Okay.
And she told the person, what she can't, the best she can do is try to find the dog. She apparently didn't get a lot of help from the dog's owner's family. They said they claimed they didn't even know where their daughter lived, was what I was told. So they did find a phone number. They finally reached out and she was, so I'm not gonna, there have been some people that have tried to reach out to the ACO and have had trouble. That is true. In this case, I don't know if she could have done any more, but.
Okay.
The state police were trying to reach her Sunday with no response. And the victim reached out Sunday, Monday, it was later Monday that she finally responded.
Well, she talked to her Monday morning,
Correct, 9 a.m.,
Monday morning,
correct.
yes.
But she had already started a series of shots because there was no answers. She's had 10 shots as of yesterday.
They have to start the shots immediately. You got a certain time frame when you start.
You have to,
I did tell him to call you later.
huh?
He'll call you.
Does she have anybody on her list of, as a backup?
No.
She has none?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well,
I've never seen
We're all
one.
supposed to have backups
And maybe she
on
does,
the
there's
Yeah.
nothing
A couple
on
of months ago,
my
we had a
end,
situation at the
but-
fire station, and Wade was nice enough to come up, okay? So this was a backup as much as he didn't want to. You know,
Well, she should have one. If she's supposed to, she should.
She should have a backup,
I mean,
and I don't mind
And she
covering other
may.
towns and
You should be last resort
helping
here,
out when I
but-
can.
but that's, and I told our guys up there, I says, call Wade. But evidently they didn't,
Well,
whatever.
he was picked up in another town and brought to Limerick, so that's why,
Yeah, that's, you know, same as the other situation, right?
Yeah.
The dogs right there in Newfield.
Yeah.
That's how we got you in there.
but there again, I will say, sometimes, people will call and they say that, oh, they didn't respond. Well, it could only be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. which, I mean, in an emergency situation, yeah, but in a and where someone getting bit is an emergency situation. But, you know, should have somebody on the backup and then if the state police she doesn't respond, they have somebody else that they can call for coverage.
I think they normally, I was going to say I know the Parsons Field one has done something before for us, and they
He's
couldn't.
my coverage.
Yeah, they all do it.
Yeah.
It's just too bad there was no name.
We definitely do not advertise a name. I'm happy to ask her who that person would be. We don't have one on our website, we just have her.
Let me think, the Parsonsville guy's the same one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so, you know, he could be.
Dave Lonsby.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He could be the third guy. I mean, something critical, you need it, and usually that's what they do.
I cover for him when he's gone, and he covers for me the 1 week that I go away. So. Okay. And nothing out, hearing of citizens. Should have had you go right up front, Lisa.
Next time I want to go number one.
You should have just hollered at us, we'd have listened.
Couple of different things. Saturday, the touch a truck down at FR's was fantastic. Mike did a really good job. Anne Marie, Carroll, and I also were down there, and we sold calendars, and that went well. The money we raise is going to the antique fire station. Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we resealed the time capsule. We have approximately, hard to count the envelopes because they've all been vacuum sealed. We're guesstimating approximately 100 envelopes were put back into the time capsule. Charlie Pellegrino framed it, did everything, did a really nice job. I don't know, Gail, if you can pick this picture. Oops, I've lost it. Nick Pellegrino, we wanted a plate made for the top of the time cap, filled the time capsule, and we wanted a plate made for the time capsule. We couldn't get one made. Well, unbeknownst, Nick Pellegrino took the idea and went and, can you pick up on this, Gail?
No, but I can't.
Okay, anyways, he created an emblem of our birthday event into etched metal.
That's cool.
So it's sitting on top. Now, I won't be here in 50 years, but whoever opens that time capsule next time, they have to thank Anne Marie and I and the whole committee, because we have things in place. We're not sending my 14-year-old granddaughter upside down to get the bags out. We have put them in 3 5-gallon buckets with rope. Simple things, but it wasn't done. And again, that metal plate is on the top. Charlie poured all the cement, and then he created a metal sign that he put into the cement that says open in 2075, that sits on top of the cement.
Nice.
It was a nice event. We had a lot of people come out and brought envelopes that day, but we were prepared. It should be a good report in the Reporter, because they came out and did a live report. Also, so the town of Limerick was great news in Wisconsin, because I received a phone call this week from a gentleman, Thomas Sprague, requesting information how to put a time capsule in. We, Anne Marie and I, were on their news station out there. So it went well. We will still be selling calendars, the 31st Halloween, Main Street Halloween, at the historical church. I have 8 envelopes left, guys, that we need to find homes. 8. I posted them on Facebook and got rid of 6 over this last week. And a lot of them said if we can't find their families, to give them to the Historical Society, which is what we'll do, but I really would like to get homes for them. So Friday, October 31st, Main Street, Halloween, 4:30 to 6, like we did last year. Now I'm moving on to Historical Society. Tuesday, November 4th, voting day, we are doing a bake sale. So 1, do your bacon, and 2, bring cash.
Do you buy
Oh, we have Venmo this year, so you can buy a lot. Also, November 8th and 9th is the Limerick Historical Fall Craft Fair. And I have applications, but I only have 3 tables left. We have sold all the tables. And if you're looking for lunch that day, I'll be cooking lunch Saturday and Sunday. Question? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Dean?
Do we have any updates on the recall lawsuit, or whatever you want to call it, court action that can be shared?
I think it's public knowledge that there's an agreement in place to, the town is not going to pursue any court action to have the recall election held.
To have the recall election what?
Held, to have the recall election done at another time.
Okay.
There's some legal mumbo jumbo in there with it, that if somebody else pulled recall papers, that they can then, they've also agreed to drop any action basically against the town. However, if somebody else were to pull recall papers, then they can reinstitute the suit and take it over from where it started, as opposed to starting from scratch. And that's kind of, in layman's terms, not the legal terms that they've used.
So in other words, you can't do anything.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hearing, oh, there we go, Steve. I thought we were all done.
What's your name again, sir?
Santa Claus. Anyway, it was brought to my attention, because I've got 3 granddaughters, that we don't have a softball field with a softball team here in Limerick. So I was just wondering if everybody's ever, had this come up. You got the Little League field for the Little League, then there's the practice field, but last year they couldn't use any. They had to go to all the towns to practice and play. So I just said, boy, affirmative action at its best, but it's in the works. They've talked to the line school, because there is a ball field behind there that hasn't been used in 20 years of mowed and whatever. But I said, boy, that's something that's never been brought up before. Because the softball field's different than the baseball. You can't take the Little League field and rip all the stuff up to make it dirt.
Well, the only difference is the infield's grass versus dirt.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so the dimensions are the same.
Yeah.
When we ever had girls softball teams, they played on the Little League fields.
Right. They were
But the
told
Little
this year they
League, so
could.
what team is looking for a field, I guess, would be a question.
Well, I'll find out and tell you the name of it, but they played all last year, but they played in practice in
And
Waterboro,
who-
practice in Alfred.
Who were they under? Who under whose?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Massabesic.
Yeah, I think it was Massabesic.
It's not Shaker Valley or anything, it's Massabesic Little League.
Yeah.
It's now, the whole Shaker Valley's gone. It's now.
Right, so it's all changed, so it's Massabesic.
It's all under the
sure
Little League.
And do
Yeah.
they have softball?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Yes,
Yep.
they play behind the line. The Lions Club? What's that?
Lions Club.
That's softball, yeah.
That's softball.
That's
softball.
So
Okay.
that's where they'd have to travel to go, and I said, well, you know,
Layton Field has.
Layton Field is just a regular that's a baseball field
Right.
also, so they always played down here.
so I decided just bringing it up so we got plenty of time to plan for next year to find a place. I mean, it's a shame that they all have to go out of town to play.
I mean, if it was usable and popular, I mean, the second field, I don't know what field you said they couldn't use last year. I mean, both fields last year
Yeah,
were
they did.
widely used
Right,
down
but
here.
not for softball.
Not for softball.
That's, yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
used for that, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, there's nothing designated.
I mean,
Or shared.
if there were, I mean, I think there are, unfortunately, there's more Little League baseball teams than softball teams, so baseball fields are more widely needed, but the second field could be turned into a softball field
Right, well, that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Pretty easily.
Just to see,
if,
you know, where it is and how many people are playing and all that stuff. And maybe the new rec director, because, you know, it's like basketball, we get more little girls playing basketball. We always did. All right, another thing there, I got a call today, so evidently they're working on the tanker truck. But it's kind of upsetting a little bit, the fact that they're gonna buy 6 new tires for the thing. It goes back to some of your purchase order stuff, and the guy called me up and he said, geez, doesn't this price sound outrageous for tires? I says, I'll look into it. So the price that I got was like $92 less per tire than what this guy's getting. So, you know, what, are we getting prices, or what are we doing? All right, so, you know, that's almost $600 for the 6 tires, all right? And then a couple of months ago, I was told they went down to Napa and get some batteries, and, you know, Napa's all right, but mainly battery that supplies just about everybody, that always supplied the fire department.
We always use mainly
All right?
batteries.
Well, mainly batteries were $100 less. So, you know, I'm a little, not so much the budget committee, but really kind of, we're spending money like anything. No one's checking, okay? I mean, the other thing that's upsetting is the tanker's been gone since Thursday. All right, they're working on it, all right? Well, a month ago, they were working on it. It was gone for 3 days. Well, my suggestion is they're working on their leaks, and justifiably so, but you know what? Maybe every night when they close at 5 o'clock, we go get the goddamn tanker, fill it up and put it back in the station. All right? No town. This should never happen. All right? Catastrophic thing is one thing, okay? But my God. So we're talking Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Here we are Tuesday.
what are they fixing on it?
The air leaks, and it's been leaking. You couldn't even plug the thing in, it would leak so bad. It really just should have been fixed years ago, but everyone kicks the can down. But you know, I've said it before, there shouldn't be one truck in that station that's not ready to go. And I guess you can say to me, it's not in the station, I'll agree with you. But a 2,000-gallon water tank, and when the fire accelerates every minute, you know, we're gonna call mutual aid, I agree with you. but
Where is it?
Mutual aid
Where is the
is
truck
10
being fixed?
miles away, right up in Parsonsfield.
Jody Davids.
You know, he's doing what he's doing, but I'm saying, we could make an effort of going up every night, if it's not finished, but it's still, can be run, go get the damn thing. You know? And I'll say it, and I'll stand by my statement. You know, there's only a few of us on the department that are here. I've said it before. That care about what's going on, because I'm telling you what, something happens, that 10 minutes of time is very valuable. You know, we should get it, and I'm gonna tell him, I already told him, he said to me, so I'm not gonna order the tires. So tomorrow I'll send a little thing to Vinnie and tell him, hey, you know, write down the Central Tire. We use Central Tire all the time, and if you purchase order thing, that's fine. We can call Central, we can call a couple of other tire companies. They've always treated us good. You bring the truck down, and yep, somebody's gonna have to wait an hour or two. Okay, but these
Where are the
these-
tires coming from now?
Where are they coming from?
Where, you said they,
Well, Central Tires, who I talked to today,
yeah, but where are we getting them?
I have no idea. That, just, I was given the price, because he said it seems like they're high, and they were. You know, there's nooks and crannies, okay? But You know, the tires are 13 years old. That's what started the process, and whether we like it or not, the fire service has 7 years. You're supposed to change them, which is ridiculous. We can all argue that, but he wouldn't put a sticker on it because they're 13 years old. Okay, so that's what started, but this has gone on for like 2 months now. All right, and I just, we should be doing what's in the best interest of the town as far as spending money. All right, he's getting Goodyear tires, we're quoted Goodyear tires, okay? So that's just absolutely ridiculous.
Is he getting the tires through the guy that's repairing the truck? So is that guy buying those tires from Central Tires and marking them up?
No, I don't think so. You know, whatever. I mean, it's just, you know, the point, the system of checks and balances is what it comes down to.
I mean, they'd come up to the station. Some of those companies would come right up to the station and change the
They
tires.
kind of don't do it no more. They don't have the manpower, but still, you drive the truck down there, they blow the 6 tires off, put the new ones on, and you come back home.
Yeah.
All right? So right now, you know, the last 4 or 5 days, we don't have a tanker truck in Limerick.
They got automatic mutual aid now, too.
Yeah,
I
but they're
mean,
10 miles away.
I understand that, but when they start them, they start them. It's,
Yeah.
I understand there's a problem with equipment. I get it, and I understand your frustrations. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying.
Well, I deal with it all the
Just
time.
curious, is the same truck getting the tires, the one that's needs getting the repairs done?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same truck,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay? So we don't know if the tires are coming from the repair guy or not.
Well, he
The
was
ones that
gonna-
were quoted.
He was gonna order them, yes.
So they were coming from that person.
I don't know who he was
To
ordering
him
from.
from somebody else.
So the truck's at Jody David's.
Yes.
Jody David gave the quote of the tires that was $92 more than what you said you can get them for?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Well, he didn't give him a quote. He called me, he just got the price today.
Who did?
Jody. He got the price, called me up and said, "Can you do any better?" I mean, I deal with this stuff all the time. So that's where it came up to go. So he says, "Well, I'm not gonna order them." I says, "Yeah." I says, "I'll make a phone call in the morning," because this was later this afternoon.
So we sent a truck to a guy to fix it, and said,
told him
put on,
and told him we
we
needed
did 6
tires too.
tires and
Yeah.
fix the air leaks.
Yep. Yep. So,
And he got a price for tires that even he thought was expensive.
yes.
Did he tell the chief?
I don't know. I just come into it at the tail end. I'm just saying, we could have got 3 prices for tires.
Well,
all
he
right?
might, maybe he
Or you
will.
turn around and people that deal with it, you say, hey, just like the batteries, right? I mean, I probably go through 200 batteries, all right? They're over there, they come every Tuesday morning, and I keep a good stock, all right? Newfield was over the other day, needed 4, okay? Well, I have 4 sitting right there, okay? But they paid $100 less for their batteries than we did. That's $400, all right? That's my point.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if he just found out about the tires, I don't know how we can say we aren't gonna get other quotes. I think that's,
Well, we didn't, because he was gonna go order them, but he thought they were high. That's all.
He was just told to put them on.
No, no, he
No, I
did,
mean, they went up there for the
but said
stipulation.
they
had to
said
put on.
needed tires, you know, which is fine, but I think we just gotta do better at what we're doing, at our spending. You know, we got the
always
money.
used to
but-
go to, it used to be on St. John Street in Portland.
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't matter who we go to, the
No, but
point
we
is
used to go to a
checking.
tire company to get tires on the truck,
Yep.
not an individual garage, because
Right.
you go,
Wasn't that Udi's?
huh?
Wasn't that Udi's?
No, it wasn't Udi's. The guy that owned it was Milty. He was right on St. John
And
Street.
you've got legitimate companies, and that's
That's what they
fine.
do.
All right? But every single fire department in the state of Maine, all right, is entitled to the state price, okay? Most people don't know that, okay? The state of Maine puts out a quote for tires. All municipalities can come under that program, okay, and that saves a lot of money. The thing is, when I called down the Central today, talked to him, he says, well, Limerick doesn't have an account here. I said, oh, we always did. He says, yeah, but when they got taken over by Sullivan Tire, nothing got sent out. You know, if you weren't active, they just didn't do it. And of course, the Limerick Fire Department would be every 2 or 3 years getting a tire, so you're not considered active. But that's all it's gonna take is fill out the thing, and we're gonna save almost $100 a tire. all right? And if we go into Portland somewhere, you tell them we want the state rate, all right? We're qualified for that, then we'll save $100 a tire, $600.
Did anybody know up there the state put out a bid for tires?
I'm sure they don't, but why don't we ask?
Why? If
You know,
if
I'm
they
right
didn't
around,
know,
right
why
around.
would they ask? I mean.
Well, they don't know, but so, you want to say, that's where you want to say, hey, can we get some prices? All right?
So Jody David called you for a price for a tire. You're gonna find him a tire, you're gonna buy 6 tires.
No, the town of Limerick's gonna go right down to Central Tire and buy them. You don't need me. But what I just did is saved you $90-something a tire, John, is what I'm saying. And I think if we had gone out and called around to these places ourselves, said, hey, we need some tires, what can you do for us? That's my point. That
Jody
wasn't
David
done.
can't call Central Tire?
Yeah, he can, but does he know that the town of Limerick? Or is he gonna buy them, because Limerick don't have an account, so now Bernie hit it right on the nail. Jody's gonna buy it, and maybe he has to go get them, maybe you can avoid all this stuff and save money. Jody loves to do the mechanical work, that's what he's an expert at, so have right at it. But the tires, why even bother? Run Central, run wherever you wanna run with the tire company. That's what we always did.
We did
seemed
it
to
because
lost
they're equipped to handle those big tires.
That's right. You call them up, you make an appointment, you get down there, and they got a designated guy that's gonna take right care of you. Or, an emergency, right now, we can't call Central Tire up if we blow something up there. We're gonna have to set an account up, and, I told the guy, so just use my thing. It really wouldn't matter in an emergency, but they used to come up. If we had cut a tire at night or something like that, you'd call the road service guy, he'd come up and they'd blow it right on right there, We shouldn't lose some of that little stuff, so.
Okay, hearing no more, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Yep.
All in favor? Good night, everyone.